Hey, what's up? Chef Ryan Clark with Casino del Sol. This week's Soul Bowl recipe are California steak fries featuring ribeye, cheese sauce, and an amazing burger sauce. We're gonna work with russet potatoes for our steak fries. And then what we wanna do is cut these in a nice big wedge French fry. But you're looking for something like this, okay? It's about 3 inches long, about probably a 1/2 inch wide. All right, so we have all of our potatoes cut up. Just gonna put them in the sink here, cold water. Let that run. It's gonna go about 15 minutes, release the starch off the potatoes. We're gonna start on our burger sauce next. We're gonna use mayonnaise as the base. We've got about a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. We've got some yellow mustard, about a tablespoon. Sweet pickle relish. This adds a nice sweetness. About 2 big tablespoons. A little bit of vinegar. About 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Season this lightly with just a touch of salt, good amount of pepper, and we mix this together. So we're gonna reserve this for our French fries. We'll put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So next we're gonna make our cheese sauce for our wedge fries. So we wanna start off with a roux. What a roux is basically equal parts of butter. We've got about 2 tablespoons of butter and flour. So I've got all-purpose flour here, about 2 tablespoons. We start to bring that together until it's kind of nice and smooth and you can smell the flour get nice and toasty. Only takes about a minute or so. So let that cook out. Next we're gonna add some whole milk. So what the roux does is gonna help thicken this cheese sauce. So with the milk we're gonna add about 1 cup and whisk that in. Now as this starts to come up to a boil, the sauce is gonna thicken. Now we're working with 2 different types of cheeses for this cheese sauce. We have sharp cheddar, it's gonna give it a lot of flavor, then good old American cheese. All right, so you can see the cheese sauce is starting to bubble a little bit and it's thickened up. It's almost completely thickened. So what we're gonna do is turn the heat off at this point and we're gonna start to add our cheese in. So we're gonna do about a 1/2 cup of this cheddar, sharp cheddar, and I've got 3 slices of American cheese that I'm gonna break up into little pieces. And what we do is just kind of mix that in until it's melted all the way through, and we're gonna reserve this cheese sauce off to the side. So you can see the cheese sauce is completely melted in now. That's what we're looking for. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna start warming up our canola oil here. We want a couple inches. What we're gonna do is shallow fry these about 300 degrees, and then we're gonna remove them, crank the heat up to about 375, and then crisp the French fries so they're nice and crispy. So we have our potato wedges. I'm just gonna remove the water. What I like to do is just pat them dry on a paper towel. That way you don't have wet spots, and we're gonna go right into this oil. Again, the oil is about 300 degrees, 275, and this is just the first blanching method. What this is gonna do is help cook the potatoes through. So I wanna move these around a little bit. Again, we wanna cook them about 5 to 7 minutes, just until they start to get nice and tender. So we've been blanching our wedge fries for about 7 minutes now. This is at about 300 degrees, 275. You can see that they're starting to get translucent and they're cooked all the way through. You can check that by just poking a knife in there. We have a little paper towel here just to let them dry off. All right, so we've heated our oil back up now to 375. We're gonna add our fries back in. Nice big steak wedge fries. You can see them start to fry up instantly. What we're gonna do is cook these about another 5 minutes until they get nice and crispy and golden brown. All right, so our fries have been frying up here about 350, 375 for about 5 minutes after we blanched them. So you can see we've got this nice caramelization. It's important that right after we get them out of the hot oil that we season them with salt and pepper. All right, next we're gonna put together our ribeye for our steak fries and also our charred onions. So first thing we wanna do is we're gonna slice our onions. Kind of nice 1/4 inch thick slices. 2's probably good for this. And then we have our ribeye steak. So first, just a little drizzle of olive oil. On our onions, we're gonna do just salt and pepper. And on our steak, a little bit of salt, and I have some steak seasoning. We're gonna do both sides. We're gonna cook these together in the same pan. We want the onions to get nice and caramelized. You can hear that sizzle right away. So onions, we're just gonna leave them alone. And we get our ribeye in there. And we start to cook that. So we're looking for about 5 to 6 minutes on each side and get a nice caramelization on the onions. Our steak's been cooking about 3 minutes so far. Let's take a look. Got a nice cross mark there. I'm gonna turn it a little bit, let it continue to cook. So we've been cooking about 7 minutes on this one side now. We'll give it a flip. You can see we got nice caramelization. We're gonna go about 7 minutes on this other side, and then we should be ready to slice it up. So our steak's been cooking about 7 minutes on the second side, and then we've got our onions here we're gonna pull off. You can see you got a nice caramelization on them. We're gonna set these off to the side and let them rest. Start to put this dish together. I'm gonna use a tray, but you can use a serving platter if you want. We're gonna lay all of our crispy fries in here. So our ribeyes rested a little bit for us. It's perfect. Nice medium rare. That, we're gonna kind of lay this on here. Now we come on with our cheese sauce. Right over the fries. Beautiful. Now what I like to do is come back and we'll top it with a little bit more of this ribeye. Just like that, and lay it right over the top. And then the burger sauce that we made earlier, the sweet relish. This is like perfect for game day. California style fries. Finish it with some parsley. This week's recipe is our California style wedge fries made with ribeye, burger sauce, American cheese, and grilled onions. Every week we're pairing it up with a Dragoon brew. This one is our Can Crush American Lager. Enjoy.